Hello and Happy New Year, everybody. This is Sarah Robbins, author of the best-selling book, Rock Your Network Marketing Business, and creator of the CD series, my success system for network marketing professionals, the Rockstar Recruiting School, and my new one for leaders. You need leadership training this year, guys, the Masterclass Edition, all of which you can find on my site at sarahrobbins.com. Welcome, everybody, and Happy New Year. I'm actually in my cozy clothes today and kind of stretching out the day. I'm getting together with Mr. Rockin' Robbins, and I'm super excited. We are getting together to write down our New Year's goals for 2017, and I'm thrilled. We go through what we call our F goals, which, by the way, post some of your goals for 2017 below. Would love to hear what they are and encourage you and celebrate them with you. But for us, we really go through different categories of our life. The first thing is our faith goals. You know, what are the ways that we want to grow in our faith? The second way is our goals for our family and those relationships within our family. The third thing is our friendship goals. Yes, we set goals for friendships, whether it's new friendships, the ones we currently have, the things that we need to pray for. The next one is our finances and giving. Yes, we have giving goals, guys. Giving gets us so excited. It's incredible. The more you give, just watch to see, you know, what comes into fruition in your life. It's really incredible. After finances and giving, we always go through some of our fitness and our health goals, which is super important. And then, of course, field. Now, field can really encompass a lot of things. For Phil, you may or may not know he's the best-selling author of the book, The Secret Garage. Some of you might have seen on his Facebook today at Phil Robbins, which he's going to post the replay later, philrobbins.com, his podcast, and he is actually an ordained pastor, which is incredible. So we'll talk about goals for his ministry, you know, the people that he wants to touch, and then, of course, goals for our business as well, and our publishing company, and all the great things that we're doing and the lives that we are impacting. And we're so excited to impact many more lives in 2017. What are some of your goals, guys? You got to post them below. I would absolutely love to hear about them. You know, I actually put today, you know, and if you haven't already, guys, you have to allow yourself permission to dream again. It's never too early or too late to passionately pursue your dream. If you've not done this yet, if you've not written out your goals for the year, I want to encourage you to set a time to do it today or this week with your spouse or your significant other, or perhaps, you know, if it's a business goal, your sponsor or your accountability partner. I've loaded a sheet on the blog today at sarahrobbins.com. All you simply have to do is click on blog, and there's different sheets that you can get and download, and it'll help you to set those F goals for your future, but also too some goal setting sheets that I do with my team, not just beginning of the year, the people that I've sponsored in business, but at the beginning of the month, because I believe it's so incredibly important. Now, guys, I absolutely love the new year. The new year really is a perfect time to reflect upon the past year, you know, not to beat ourselves up. You know, sometimes we have to forgive ourselves, guys, right? And give ourselves permission and grace to move forward. There's a verse in the Bible that talks about how we're constantly growing and changing every day. Not only do we have to allow others to change and to give them the benefit of a doubt, but guys, we have to allow ourselves to grow and change as well, you know, and really give ourselves permission to move forward and grow in these areas of life. You know, we're learning, we're growing, we can reflect, and then set the goals for the things that we want to move forward on as well. You know, the new year really is the perfect time to recommit. You've heard me say this before, and I'm going to say it again. You don't need a new opportunity for the new year. You fell in love with your opportunity for a reason, but you might need a new commitment to your opportunity. Did you hear that? I'm going to say that again because that deserves an amen. You don't need a new opportunity in the new year, but you might. And we could all use a new commitment to our opportunity. So it allows us really to recommit in a bigger way. What I also love about the new year is it allows us to reconnect. and really reconnect with our team in a meaningful way. One of my goals is really to develop deeper connections and more meaningful relationships with those that I've sponsored and our leaders in the business. So it's really a great time to reconnect, to reach out and set some goals with your team and build those meaningful relationships and friendships and those connections as well. And then it also allows us to revisit our why we started the business in the very first place. Why? I talked to a gal actually the other day, a member of my team, and she experienced, a setback. And most definitely, I will say it was a disappointment. She had spoken to somebody about the business who then went on to speak to somebody else. And this gal spent a significant amount of time, working with this potential consultant and, really put forth the effort to build the relationship. And unfortunately, the gal really didn't know how the business works. She decided to join someone else. So I got on the phone with my business partner and she said to me, Sarah, I don't think that I'm cut out for this. The emotions are really crushing me and it's really hard. And guys, I get it because I've been there before. I have definitely been there before. All of the disappointments you go through, I've been through at some point in my business, whether somebody quitting, somebody joining somebody else, somebody saying no to me. I mean, my own sister, you guys, said no to me for 10 years. Both my mom and I are 7-figure earners in our company. She said no for 10 years. Were my feelings hurt? Was I bummed? Sure, but guess what, guys? 10 years later, she just joined us in the business because she was pregnant with her son. Timing changed. She wanted to do for her own family what she did for so many others as a teacher, but what she saw me doing for mine as a network marketing leader. And the cool thing is, 5 months in, guys, she just promoted to the top of our plan last month, the month she gave birth. I've experienced those disappointments, guys. I can just tell you that firsthand. I've experienced those doubts, those feelings of defeat, but here's what I said to her. I said to her this, I could have been bummed about my sister, all those things. She came around. People's timing changes. Things in people's life change. But here's what I said to this leader. I said, what if your success was guaranteed? Hear me out for a second. I believe success is a decision. It's a decision that we make to say yes every day, to do the work every single day. A lot of you saw the weight that I lost since I had my baby, and everybody's like, what's your secret? What's your secret? I'm like, there is no secret. It's hard work compounded every single day, making the right decisions. Success is a decision. But I said to her, if success was guaranteed, if somebody literally could, kind of wave a magic wand and show you your future, and you saw that you were going to be the company's next top X, Y, and Z leader, you saw your future, and you knew for sure you'd be successful. But then they showed you the roadmap that you would have to take along the way. The stumbles, the stumbling blocks, the hurdles, the disappointments, the people who would say no, the people who would quit. Would you keep on going to your destiny, to your promise? And she was like, sure. And I said, that is why you never allow a doubt or a disappointment to steal from your destiny. Would you guys let anybody steal from your kids? Would you let anybody steal from you? See, the truth is we allow situations and circumstances to steal from us every single day. Every day. When you say no, when you quit, you're saying no to your team. You're saying no to your future team. You are saying no to the power of your dream. You can do anything for a short period of time to see your reason why in action for the long-term results that you desire and your family deserves. So, telling her to really, think of success as being guaranteed and really looking at and really changing her mindset on those no's. But here's the thing, you guys. In order to do that, you have to know where you're going. You have to know where you're going. You have to revisit your reason why. You have to set those goals for 2017. Otherwise, if you don't know where you're going, it's easy to be derailed by those distractions, right? No matter where you are in business, whether you just started today or like me, I'm going on 10 years in April. I'm going to be 35 and celebrate my 10-year anniversary with my company. It's going to be a banner month, a banner year. I believe it. I declare it. You need to reconnect and revisit your reason why. You've got to. It's going to be the thing that fuels you through those disappointments, those challenges, those feelings of doubt, and those defeat. Have you set your goals, or have you gotten comfortable and chosen to camp in the place of complacency? I hope you guys follow our faith-based podcast. It's Power to Prosper Prayer Partners. Doesn't matter your faith. It's super encouraging. But I shared the story of Moses and the Israelites, and I'm not going to preach at you. I'm just going to share with you a leadership message, okay? So everybody stay on. Nobody get offended here, okay? This is going to help you to grow. But I love this story, a story of leadership. Let me just give you the abbreviated version, okay? The Israelites were slaves held in captivity in Egypt. They were shown, just like the example that I gave of my business partner, they were shown a guaranteed promise, which was the promised land. It wasn't a doubt as to whether or not it was intended for them. It would be like, the example that I gave you, that their success was guaranteed. Now, when they were released from captivity out of Egypt into their journey to the promised land, they faced so many challenges, pressure along the way. And remember, they knew the promise. But no matter the promise, they kept getting back in that comfort zone and wanting to go back to what was. What was not better. They were slaves, but it was comfortable. So they would take 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, camping in the place of complacency, getting stuck in their comfort zone. Many of you know how the story ends. Most of them didn't make it into the promised land. That's just heartbreaking. I don't know about you, but we have one precious life, and each one of us deserves to live more, to give more, to love our lives so much more. You are not created with lack, limits, or less. You are created with more than enough. You are conquerors. Step into your greatness. 2017, I declare, is your year of victory, of destiny, of breakthrough, of blessing. Break off that poverty mindset. You are blessed to be a blessing. I want you to revisit that why. This December was truly just, incredible. We really got to see a reason why in action in so many ways. 2016 was just a year of blessing. We welcomed our firstborn son, Gabriel David, into the world, and he has been the greatest blessing. He's caused me to change every day and really think about my leadership, my legacy. What kind of leader is he going to think that his mama was? What will other people think that I was? It's not just, what are they going to think about me? Not superficial things, but how will I leave legacy for him and for the people that I impact? This December, he celebrated his first Christmas. In honor of his life, we opened up an orphanage for angels, our daughters, in India. Now Gabriel has 117 brothers and 47 sisters in India. Thank God we never said no to the business, because the business gives us the time and resources to give, but also to go. We're able to visit there and pour into them and spend time with them. So, we were kind of on this path of giving a home every year. The first year we did the home for boys, which you can find on our lifestyle blog. I don't know if you know this, but we have a lifestyle blog, which is just fun. I love to do parties and entertain. But we also talk about personal things that we do. You can learn about it on therobinsnest.com. So the first year, when we kind of started doing these goals, we did the home for the boys. Funded it through our network marketing earnings, and, we're able to go and open the house. Then the next year, we did it in honor of Gabriel and his birth, and did the home for girls. They're both on neighboring properties. It's really cool. In the middle, there's a chapel. We just had playground equipment delivered there, which is a big deal because they don't even have one toy. They get to go to school. It entitles them to, those in school, those 2 meals a day. I mean, it literally changes their life. And so then we looked at this year and we said, what do we do for this year? We've given to a lot of projects like Build On, here in the U.S. for, helping literacy program for kids in need here. But we said, we're on this path of giving a home every year. What do we do? And, God really laid on our hearts the spirit of generosity. The more generous we've been, the more he's continued to bless us. Remember, blessed to be a blessing. And so, we really come from this place of overflow, and we believe that we can't outgive God. We were talking, my husband and I both had it laid on our hearts on separate occasions to gift our first home to our renters. Now, it's a long story short, but in Phil's book, it's The Secret Garage, he tells the story of, our miracle, really, of our house. And I'll just tell you, when we were young, it was our first home, we got married, and long story short, we got in a really bad interest-only loan, those types of loans that we're in, I don't even think they're legal anymore. The mortgage company, our loan was sold to a company in Asia, so when the whole refinancing programs came out, not only did, housing prices plummet, but we were one of the few that weren't even able to refinance because of, where our loan was being held, etc. Do you know, conventional wisdom, the worldly wisdom, everyone told us to foreclose on the house. Every house, it seemed, on our street was up for foreclosure. But we had wisdom. Something that Phil and I pray for every day is for wisdom. From wisdom flows all things. Solomon was asked, if I could grant you one thing, what would it be? And he said, wisdom. Wealthiest man. Study him. Learn about him. But, we just knew in our hearts that wasn't the right thing. And we kept faithfully paying an interest-only loan. I mean, literally for years, guys. This was prior to our business. One day we went and decided that, when our business was building, it was so funny. Like, we lived below our means when we had huge success in this business. And the reason that we did, I don't believe in, working ourselves into even more debt. We're debt-free, which is really incredible. So we saved for a very long time for a dream home. You got to read about the story. I mean, that home, our dream home, it's a miracle. But I remember literally not even knowing if we were going to get the home. And one day it was like we were set up to close. It was a total miracle story. You've got to read about it. And it'll encourage you, by the way, and build your faith. And I remember we didn't even have a plan really for our current home. So here we are, we're literally moving everything out. We're like, we'll figure everything out later. It doesn't make sense to sell because the house is depreciated by $70,000. And all of a sudden, we didn't even have it up for sale. Guys, there was a flood in our house. Literally, the ceilings were caved in. It was like the day we moved. It was the craziest thing. And this lady is driving by and she sees us moving. And she says, "Are you guys selling your house?" And we're like, "Well, probably not selling, but we're renting." She was like, "Good, I'm looking for a house for rent in this area." Her husband has been really sick. She needed to be in that area by family, his treatments, etc. They've been faithfully renting for us for years and being such good stewards of our home and taking such great care of it. God put on our hearts, they've been faithful. To be faithful to him and to gift this couple the home. So on December 23rd, we called them and said, "Do not make one more payment. The home is yours. It is a gift." Do you guys understand? I mean, I've got goosebumps here. Do you understand what that means? To just be able to do that and to not even think for a second about, how could it negatively affect us? But to give with freedom, to have that spirit of generosity. We know we can't outgive God. So it's phenomenal to see your reason why in action. Whatever you are dreaming, dream bigger. And if you're starting off and you're thinking, "Oh my gosh, guys, someday," I'm going to be honest with you. People say this all the time. "Someday when I have what you have, I'll give how you give." No. You can be a generous giver wherever you are with the means that you have. I love what my husband always says, and I forget where the initial quote comes from. If you know, you can post it. But he says, "Do for one what you wish you could do for many." Again, if you know where that comes from, feel free to share it. Do for one what you wish you could do for many. No excuses. When I started, I had a goal. My why was huge, to start a foundation for women and children that I would fully fund through my network marketing earnings. And my mentor would say to me, Sarah, how much is that going to cost? And I told her millions. I actually share about this exact story. When I talk about your why, I share about it in my book. She says, how much is it going to cost? I said, millions. And she said, how does that feel? And I said, overwhelming. And she said, that's the problem. You need to break down this goal into bite-sized pieces. Put aside 10% of your check every month. Do something nice for a child in need, for a woman in need. Yes, I love that. Give them of your time, your talent, your treasure. Put aside a portion of your check every month. And so, as my income grew, so did the impact I was able to have on others. But when it was smaller, built a handicap ramp for a child in need. Sent 5 kids, a single mom of 5 kids, sent her kids to fine arts camp. We got to do so many incredible things. Eventually, it led us to build the orphanages, to gift that home. And guys, as I sit down with Phil today and we talk about our giving goals for this year, I am dreaming even bigger. I am dreaming of the impossible. It's time that you set your goals. Go to my blog today at sarahrobbins.com and you print off those F goals for your future. And you do it with your spouse, your significant other, or even with your family. Could you imagine doing this with your kids and teaching your kids from a young age to speak life? To be leaders, teaching, this is leadership stuff. Teach your kids to be leaders. Imagine how our world will change. I'll tell you what, the second Gabriel's talking, he's going to be talking about this stuff with us. We speak life and truth into that boy every single day. That is our responsibility as his parents. Revisit your goals. Revisit your why. Set those goals with your team. Unrecognized complacency eventually develops into decline. Don't you camp in the place of complacency. Don't you get comfortable. Unrecognized complacency eventually develops into decline. That's the first step, guys. I don't care where you're at. I don't care where you're at in your ranks of leadership. You set those goals to be big dreamers, big givers, big world changers because you are. You are capable. You are conquerors. You are more than enough. You are not created with lack, limits, or less. If you have a dream or desire in your heart, there is no dream or desire that has been planted there that cannot be fulfilled in your life. You have everything it takes. All right. I think I preached at you a little bit enough today. I want to share with you 3 practical tips that you can do yourself and that you can do with your team. And by the way, I want you guys sharing this with your team. Click the share button. You can share it on your team pages right now, and they can tune in live with us and watch the replay. 3 tips to rock your network marketing business, aside from revisiting your why and reconnecting with your team and your customers. 3 tips to rock your network marketing business in the new year. I'm going to be doing these every single week, so make sure you like our business page and plug in. I think you can subscribe at the end of this too. The first step is 200 reach outs. Now, some of you may be thinking like, what the heck? I don't know 200 people. Guess what, guys? The average funeral has 200 people. If I told you that I'd give you $1 million to write down 200 names, you'd probably find a way to write down 200 names. And if you don't know 200 people, then that's the first area that you need to work is really on making new friends and connecting with new people in the new year. But I want you to go through your past prospect list, your Facebook list, A through Z, your contacts on your phone, A through Z, every invitation list, and reach out. Find a reason to connect. By the way, our fastest growing teams in our company are teaching 200 reach outs their first month. Find a reason to reconnect with people. Hey, reaching out, saying Happy New Year. Saw your family recently went on a vacation, or congrats on your new grandson. Start conversation in the inbox and let them know that you're reaching out to them for a reason. I would say people don't have a problem with an agenda as long as it's not a hidden agenda. It's all in the way that you position it. Position it as a professional. I'm reaching out to you today for a reason. I'm sure that you've seen my business, X, Y, and Z, is growing very rapidly. In fact, it's expanding in your area. I know you're well networked there. I know you're well connected. I was wondering if I could share with you a little bit more about it in hopes that you could connect me to some of the right people who would be interested. I share that language and lots of language and scripts in my book. And, let them know what you're looking for. If you're in skincare, I'm looking for people to try the products, get the best skin of their life. I'm also looking for people to join our fun and fast-growing team to get the products at the best discount, to earn them for free as they share the results with others, or some extra money too. Who do you know this would be great for? The goal is to really excite people and then invite them to hear more. If they show interest, you invite them on a call. You invite them to coffee. You invite them for a meeting or event. If they're interested in the product, make a recommendation and sign them up right away. Hey, we've both got a few minutes on the phone. I would love to get you started right now. Okay? So, exciting people, inviting them to hear more. The first step, 200 reach outs. Number 2, a post a day keeps leads coming your way. Now, I hope all of you have watched my free social media summit, no strings attached. Doesn't cost you anything, okay? It's not like some weird, whatever. You get free training. Just Google Sarah Robbins Social Media Summit. I'm proud of it. It's incredible. If you want to know how to use social media to tell a story versus sell, that's what you got to watch. I always say as network marketing professionals, we're paid storytellers. It's probably why teachers do well as a former kindergarten teacher, because it's all about telling a story. But what about a post a day to keep leads coming your way? Now, I don't have a lot of time to get into this today, but if you're going to talk about your business, let's say, you should be doing several posts a day, by the way, not all about your business. If you're doing several posts, only one should be about your business. Otherwise, you'll quickly get unfriended. Be a giver of great value. Think to yourself, why am I the page that people want to come back to? Am I funny? Am I inspirational? Am I giving great value? But how do you sprinkle in those business posts? By telling a story. If it's a product where you see tangible results, a before and after picture, a testimonial, places you've been in the press. That's all kind of the ways that you could share a product story without selling and having people come to you. But what about the business? How do you showcase success? By really sharing, what the business is allowing you to do, not income stories. Not only are we living in a day and age where that can get us in trouble, but it's also, kind of tacky too. And sometimes you become unrelatable. But instead of income stories, what about impact stories? My business is allowing me to do X, Y, and Z. People can't judge the impact, but they can judge a dollar amount, right? What is a lot or a little to people? But sharing what the business is allowing you and others to do. Sharing company success stories like that. If the company recognizes you well, instead of, posting a picture of the trip, if they give you an envelope to invite you, you can open it up. Hey guys, just got a great trip to such and such, places to go, things to see, tell me more. There's ways that you can share it in a meaningful way. So a post a day keeps leads coming your way. I want you to try that, even if you just commit to it the month of January and see what happens. It's all about activity. And the third thing, so the first was the 200 reach outs. The second was a post a day. And you can watch that social media training. The third thing is 3 events. My company is not a party plan company. We do not have a hostess incentive program. But guess what? When I started, I was working so part-time as a full-time teacher. My husband had a business. We had our ministry. We had all of these things that we were plugged into. And I thought if I can only do this an hour a day, I would much rather get in front of 15 people than just one person. It just makes sense. So I would literally create my own plan, and I would tell people, hey, my business is expanding in your area. In exchange for hosting an event for me, I'd be willing to give you some free product or a portion of my discount on the product as a thank you. And I would have people host events. Just got me in front of a lot of people at one time. I would also do my own events monthly. January was New Year, New You. Everybody's setting resolutions to look better and to live better. We provide the solutions to these common resolutions. We're skincare, so February was love the skin you're in. March, because it was the month of luck. We did an I'm lucky to have you in my life or in my business. We did a customer appreciation event. That was one of our most successful events. We did giveaways, product highlights, and even paid for their lunch, friends, family, customers, etc. Of those 3 events, have you planned one for you Are you planning on co-hosting some with your team? That's a great way to get everybody back in gear. One of my business partners is also a 7-figure earner in our company, and she will tell you she created a groundswell in her area by doing regular events. You know, it may just be for a season in your business. Remember, again, a season. You can do anything for a short period of time to produce the long-term results that you desire and your family deserves. So she did events. She made it simple so her team could excite and invite. They started in a church basement, actually. Then it was a small coffee house, big coffee house, small restaurant, big restaurant, small clubhouse, big clubhouse, small hotel, big hotel. Now their meetings can host hundreds and thousands of people. 6-figure monthly earner in our company. Didn't happen overnight. Was not get rich quick. She worked very hard over years of time, but she put forth the effort that it takes. Was it easy? No. Was it worth it? You bet. Because now she can live more, give more, and experience the best of her life so much more. Are you guys liking this? Let me see ya. Okay, let me see your comments. All right. After that, guys, I want you to commit to become a student of the profession. Plug into any training that your company offers. You get free training on my blog at sarahrobbins.com. Get an accountability partner. The reason why Weight Watchers and people who do the program are so successful is there's built-in accountability. You have to show up. If you want to know about accountability, and again, I don't have time to do this right now. I'm looking actually at the time now. I'm doing this during my son's nap. He's waking up in 3 minutes. I wake him up. We did sleep training with him. Gentle sleep training. Nobody give me any judgment here. I don't need it. I get enough. But he sleeps 12 hours at night, and he goes on his naps, and he loves to sleep, and he is happy, joyful, incredible kiddo. So I'm going to wake him up in a few minutes here. But if you want to know about how to make accountability, partnerships, and relationships work, go to sarahrobbins.com, and under the blog, you can even Google this. Search Sarah Robbins weight loss, because it shows my before and after pictures, so you're going to get to see the old me and the newer me. I say newer. Did you hear that? Because we are a work in progress. We are growing and changing every day. I'm never going to be done striving for excellence. Okay? Never, because I'm never going to be excellent. I'm never going to be perfect. But if you Google my weight loss story, or if you, on my blog, just type in accountability in the little search bar, it'll pop up. It's going to tell you how to find an accountability partner, how to work together, etc. It'll even let you take on today's blog, where you can get those goal setting sheets. It'll even take you to my 30-day challenge. You can do a challenge together once a day for 30 days and watch your business explode. One of my most popular programs, and it's totally free. My gift to you. Because I believe a gift isn't a gift that you give it away. This wisdom that I have is not from me and for me. You guys know where the wisdom comes from, and it is a gift that I can give to all of you. It's about legacy. Okay, so get an accountability partner. You know, do the steps that it takes every day. I love this quote. I believe it's by Rory Vaden. It says, "Success is never owned, it's rented, and the rent is due every single day." Daily activity that compounds over time. I also love this one by Biz Stone, the co-founder of Twitter. He says, "Timing, perseverance, and 10 years of trying eventually makes me look like an overnight success. Timing, perseverance, and 10 years of trying eventually makes me look like an overnight success." When people are like, "How did you lose the weight?" I'm like, "Do you seriously know that I had a baby in January? We are going on his first birthday. Do you see the discipline in my house every single day? I fill up 3 of these every single day and literally track my water. I am weighing out my food and watching the quality of my food. I'm making daily decisions. I'm taking my supplements every day. I am sleeping. I am minimizing stress." It's a decision. And then when people see my success in business and they're like, "How did it happen?" I've done hundreds of presentations, thousands of conversations, countless no's. After doing 5 years full-time by 29, was our company's first 6-figure per month earner. Was it easy? No. I worked my butt off. Was it worth it? You bet, because I can live more. I can give more. And we love our lives even more. The legacy that we are able to leave for others. Guys, you were created for legacy too. You have a purpose. You have that promised land ahead of you. But it's up to you to make the decision whether you're going to camp in the place of complacency, be driven by those doubts, those defeats, temporary disappointment. Why would you allow a disappointment to steal your destiny? You are destined for great things. You are exceptional. You are bound for greatness. As my mentor, the late Chris Diaz, always said to me, you were created for more. Leaders, as you're listening today, it's about your legacy now. It's not about what more can you achieve, what more can you strive for. Whose lives will you impact in a greater way? Guys, I want to wish you a prosperous and healthy new year. I pray over you for freedom in every area of your life, body, mind, soul, and spirit. Psalm 91 protection over you, the blessings of Deuteronomy 28 over your business, your ministry, your life. This is your year. Make it exceptional. It is time to shine. I'll see you over on my blog at sarahrobbins.com for all the New Year's and all the goal setting sheets. And in just a little bit, I'm going to be able to, after I get up my little guy, upload this to the blog as well. But for now, you could just share this video to your page. God bless you guys. Happy New Year, and goodbye for now. See you next week.